These are absolutely some of the best lessons, money advice, and things that I've learned on my journey to becoming a millionaire in my 30s. What I will say is I'm still learning. We could all use to learn a few things. So if you have any advice of your own, please share that in the comments. It is more of a mindset switch that really clicked with me, but most spending comes from emotion, not truly out of necessity. So if you have a spending problem, you need to figure out what is the root of the problem and what are you truly trying to solve for. Americans are massive consumers, and you've got to stop letting companies sell you solutions to problems that they're creating. Someone told me that a poor mindset is one that spends and then thinks about investing later, where a wealthy mindset invests and then spends what's left over. I know that's not always possible, but you need to be investing in a high yield savings account, spending money on paying down high interest debt before you're spending money on things that you don't even need. What works for me is I don't get caught up on what other people have, because what other people have is not my problem. It's not my worry. I can be happy for them, but I also realize that most people have things because they're in debt. I believe that less is more. I sold everything I own 5 years ago. Everything I own fits in the back of a car. It is truly the most freeing feeling. I have a one in, one out rule, and I truly believe that if your life is decluttered, your mind will be decluttered, and you will have more time to focus on creating a better life for yourself versus focusing on acquiring more things. But learn how to cook. It will truly change your life. You cannot convince me that there are meals out at restaurants that are going to be that much better than what I can cook at home. I love cooking. I love the meals I eat. It has really saved so much money. Track your expenses and have a budget. I feel like when you say the word budget, people automatically think like, I'm cheap, I don't want to have a budget, but it is actually responsible. It doesn't mean that you're poor. It doesn't mean that you're irresponsible. It actually means the opposite. I had this moment where I was checking receipts on a restaurant, and I used to do it because I wanted to confirm the bill was accurate, and I had someone make a comment to me about not being able to afford the bill and being poor, and I always thought that meant I was poor if I'm reviewing the receipt. But it's actually so responsible to just make sure you're paying for what you got. I have caught so many errors on receipts and have gotten them refunded. It's just so responsible to take control of your money. Who cares what the optics look like? When you get a pay raise, you do not change anything in your life. Increase your savings, pay off any debt, but your life should not change that drastically. You do not need a new car. A car is absolutely the biggest waste of money. 2016, we will be driving that car until it is on fire and holding onto the doors driving down the highway until it becomes unsafe. That car will not be being replaced. But if you do get a car or a home, get something that you can actually afford, not a stretch payment. I feel like a lot of times people go at the top of the range of everything they can afford, and then they're always living up here. It's okay to not get the newest, best thing and get something that just works for you. That way you can invest and save some extra money. Credit cards are actually incredible if used correctly. I have used them to save over $70,000 worth of travel expenses. I love them. If you travel, you're gonna get the best bang for your buck, but there's also credit cards that offer cash back and other rewards. If you are on a budget, let sales dictate your budget. For example, when I was in Florida last year, I had family visiting, and I love Publix. They have good deals every week, and I just love a deal. It gives me a little adrenaline rush, but I was letting the BOGO deals dictate what I was buying that week. Obviously, if it didn't align with stuff that I ate, I didn't get it, but a lot of times there were different meats on sale. So I prioritized the deal and let the deal tell me what I was gonna buy. If you wouldn't buy it full price, you don't need to buy it when it's on sale. Sales are not an opportunity to stock up on things that you don't need. If you weren't thinking about it anyways, you likely don't need it. I could do so many more of these, but I don't wanna make this video too long. If you have any tips, let me know in the comments, but I think it's so important to talk about financial literacy and make sure that we can all learn from each other. If there was ever a time to manage your money well and be good with your money, it is right now, so hopefully you learn a few things.